Alright, freaking start it off. Bro, I'm not playing Roblox. We're reading the Bible right now. I just put this on so then we have something to look at. We're reading the Bible, bro. Look at the title. We're not playing Roblox. Yes, I know Roblox, dude. My little brother plays that every single day. It's trash. And I hope they get sued and their game gets deleted. I hope that game gets deleted forever. The game is booty. Oh, that's good. That's good, dude. Get him out of here. Alright. And I love it. Unlucky, bro. Get him out of here, bro. Alright, let's see if we're recording. Testing, 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 testing. Testing, 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 testing. Cool, dude. I don't really care about Roblox, I'm not gonna lie. Get back on Minecraft, little bro. It's always a better game. Minecraft was always better. Alright, let's get into this Bible. I'm pretty sure we were on... let's have a gaze. I think we're on before 9. Yeah. Need to check my phone, bro. I think we're on part 9, but I can't remember. Chapter 9. What? Is that copyright? That's cap. That's cap, bro. Tell me this has copyright. We were playing Terraria before. That could be why. Oh yeah, that's definitely why, bro. Alright. Looks like we're reading chapter 9, chat. Testing, testing, testing. Easy days, bro. Easy days. Ugh. The New World Order, Chapter 9. God blessed Noah and his sons, and said to them, "Be fruitful, multiply, fill the earth. Fear and dread of you shall be upon the animals on the land, and you shall be upon all the animals on land, and all the birds on heaven, of everything that moves on the land, all the fish of the sea, they are placed in your hands. Every moving thing that lives shall be yours to eat, as I give you all the foliage to eat. With this exception, you must not eat flesh with your life. That is to say, blood in it. And shall demand account of your lifeblood too. I shall demand it of every living creature and of human beings. Of each person in regard to another, I shall demand an amount for human life. Anyone who sheds human blood by a human shall that person's be shed. That person's be shed. Anyone who sheds human blood by a human shall that person's blood be shed. For in the image of God he made the human being. Be fruitful then and multiply. Teem over the earth and subdue it. God spoke as follows to Noah and his sons. Hold up, chat. We're just gonna reread this. Nobody's watching, so it doesn't matter. The New World Order, Chapter 9. God blessed Noah and his sons, and said to them, "Be fruitful, multiply, and fill the earth. Fear and dread of you shall be upon all animals on land, and birds of heaven, of everything that moves on land, and all the fish in the sea. They are placed in your hands. Every moving thing that lives shall be yours to eat. Just this exception, you must not eat flesh with life. That is to say, blood in it. And shall demand account of your lifeblood too. I shall demand it of every living creature and of human beings, of each person in regard to another. I shall demand account for human life. Anyone who sheds human blood by a human shall that person's blood be shed. For the image of God he made the human being. Be fruitful, then multiply. Teem over the earth and subdue it. God spoke as follows to Noah and his sons with him. I am now establishing my covenant with you, and with your descendants to come, and every living creature that is with you, birds, cattle, and every wild animal with you, everything that came out of the dark, every living thing on earth. And I establish my covenant with you, that never again shall all living things be destroyed by the waters of the flood, nor shall I ever again be the flood. Nor shall there ever be, nor Bruh. Let me just turn this off so I'm not even looking at that. Descendants to come, and every living creature that is with you, birds, cattle, and every wild animal with you, everything that came out of the ark, every living creature on earth, and I establish my covenant with you, that I never again shall all living things be destroyed by the waters of the flood, nor shall there ever again be. Okay, we are. It's too distracting, bro. I'll leave it on this just so that it's staying still. Which our name make between myself and you, every living creature with you, for all ages to come. I now set my bow in the clouds, and it will be the sign of covenant between me and the earth. When I gather the clouds over the earth and the bow appears in the clouds, I shall recall the covenant between myself and you. And every living thing, creature of all living things, and never again will the waters become a flood to destroy all living things. When the bow is in the clouds, I shall see it and call it mind. Call to mind the eternal covenant between God and every living creature on earth, all living things. God said to Noah, "This is the sign of the covenant I have established between myself and all living things on earth, from the flood to Abraham." Noah and his sons. The sons of Noah who came out of the ark were Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Ham being the father of Canaan. These three were Noah's sons, and from these whole earth was peopled. Noah, a man of the soil, was the first to plant the vine. He drank some of the wine, and while he was drunk, he lay uncovered in the tent. Ham, father of Canaan, saw nakedness of his father, and told his two brothers outside. Shem and Japheth took a cloak, and they both put it over their shoulders, and walking backward covered their father's nakedness. And they kept their faces turned away, and they did not look at their father naked. When Noah woke up from his stupor, and learned that his youngest son had done to him. Cursed be Canaan, a slave of slaves, he shall be his brothers. He also said, "Blessed by the Lord, God of Shem, Canaan shall be his slave. May God make space for Japheth. He shall live in the tents of Shem, and Canaan shall be his slave." After the flood, Noah lived 350 years. In all, Noah's life lasted 950 years. Then he died. Chapter 10. The people of the earth. These are the descendants of Noah's sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, to whom sons were born after the flood. Japheth's sons, Gomer, Magog, the Medes, Javan, Tubal, Meshech, Tires, Gomer's sons, Ashkenaz, Riphath, Togarmah. Javan's sons, Elash, Tarshish, the Kittim, the Danites. From these came the dispersal dispersal to the lands of nations. These were Japheth's sons, in their countries, each of its own language, by clan and nation. Ham's sons, Cush, Mizraim, put Canaan. Cush's sons, Seba, Havilah, Sebta, Ramah, Sabteka. Ramah's sons, Sheba, Dedan. Cush fathered Nimrod, who was the first mighty warrior on earth. He was a mighty hunter in the eyes of the Lord. Hence the saying, like Nimrod, a mighty hunter in the eyes of the Lord. The organs of the kingdom were Babel, Erech, and Akkad, all of them in the land, and he built nine V. Rehoboth, Kala, and Resins between Nineveh and Kala. This was the great city. Mizmah fathered the people of Lud, and Anam, Lehab, Naphtah, Pathos, Caslah, and Captor, from which the Philistines came. Canaan fathered Sidon, his firstborn, then Heth, and the Jebusites, the Amorites, Girgashites, Hivites. Dude, these bloody names, this is probably the most annoying part of the Bible. Bruh. Archites, Sinites, Zemarites, and Hamathites. Later the Canaanite clans spread out. Canaanite frontier stretched from Sidon all the way to Gyra, near Gaza, all the way to Sodom. I know that place, I think. I've heard of it. Gomorrah, Adamah, and Zeboim, near Lesha. These were Ham's sons by clan and languages, by countries and nations. Shem fathered sons by being ancestors of all the sons of Eber and Japheth's elder brother. Shem's son, Asher, Arpachshad, Lud, Aram, sons, Uz, Hul, Gather, and Mash. Arpachshad fathered Shelah, and Shelah fathered Eber. To Eber were born two sons. The first was called Peleg, because it was in the time that the earth was divided, and his brothers were called Joktan. Joktan fathered Almodad, Japheth, Hazmarath, Jerah, Hadarim, Uzziah, Diklah, Oblah, Obal, Mbaal, Sheba, Orpha, Havilah, Jobab. All these were sons of Joktan. They accompanied a stretch of country from Mesha all the way to Sephar, the eastern mountain range. These were Shem's sons by clan and languages, by countries and nations. Such were the clans of Noah's descendants, listed by descent and nation. From them, other nations branched out on the earth after the flood. The Tower of Babel, chapter 11. The whole world had a single language and a single vocabulary. Now as people journey from the east, they found a valley in the land of Shinar. and settled there. They said to one another, "Come out and let us make bricks and bake them in the fire, or stones for stone they used bricks, and the mortar they used bitumen, and they come, let us build ourselves a city and a tower with its top reaching heaven. Let us make a name for ourselves, otherwise we may be scattered all over the world." Now the Lord came down to see the city and the tower that the people have built. The Lord said, "See the people. See, they are all single people with a single language. Is only the start of their undertakings. Now nothing they plan to do will be beyond them. Come, let us go down and confuse their language there, so they cannot understand one another." From there the Lord scattered them all over the world, and they stopped building the city. That is why it is called Babel, since the Lord confused the language of the whole world, and there is the Lord scattered them all over the world, the patriarchs after the flood. These are Shem's descendants. When Shem was 100 years old, he fathered Arpachshad. 2 years after the flood, after the birth of Arpachshad, Shem lived for 500 years and fathered sons and daughters. When Arpachshad was 35 years old, he fathered Shelah. After the birth of Shelah, Arpachshad lived for 403 years and fathered sons and daughters. When Shelah was 30 years old, he fathered Eber. After the birth of Eber, Shelah lived for 403 years and fathered sons and daughters. When Eber was 34 years old, he fathered Peleg. After the birth of Peleg, Eber lived for 430 years and fathered sons and daughters. When Peleg was 30 years old, he fathered Reu. After the birth of Reu, Peleg lived for 209 years and fathered sons and daughters. When Reu was 32 years old, he fathered Serug. After the birth of Serug, Reu lived for 207 years and fathered sons and daughters. When Serug was 30 years old, he fathered Noah, Nahor. After the birth of Nahor, Serug lived for 200 years and fathered sons and daughters. When Nahor was 29 years old, he fathered Terah. After the birth of Terah, Nahor lived 119 years and fathered sons and daughters. When Terah was 70 years old, he fathered Abram, Nahor, and Haran, the descendants of Terah. These are Terah's descendants. Terah fathered Abram, Nahor, and Haran. Haran fathered Lot. Haran died in the presence of his father Terah in the native land. All of the Canaanites, the Chaldeans, Abram and Noah both married. Abram's wife was called Sarai. Nahor's wife was called Milcah, daughters of Haran, father of Milcah and Iscah. Sarai was barren, having no child. Terah took his son Abram, his grandson Lot, son of Haran, and his daughter-in-law, did the wife of Abram, and made them leave what's going on, Ethan, bro? And made them leave your of Chaldeans to go to the land of Canaan. But on arrival in Haran, they settled there. Terah's life lasted 205 years, then he died at Haran. The story of Abraham. The call of Abraham, chapter 12. The Lord said to Abraham, Abraham, leave your country, your kindred, and your father's house, for a country that I shall show you, and I shall make you into a great nation. I shall bless you and make your name famous. You are to be a blessing. I shall bless those who bless you, and curse those who curse you, and all clans on earth will bless themselves by you. So Abram went as the Lord told him, and Lot went with him. Abram, 75 years old when he left Haran, Abram took his wife Sarai, his nephew Lot, and possessions they had amassed, and the people they acquired in Haran. They set off the land of Canaan, and they arrived there. Abram passed through this country as far as the holy place at Shechem. The oath of Morek, the oak of Mork. The Canaanites were in the country at the time. The Lord appeared to Abram and said, I shall give you this country to your descendants. I shall give this country to your descendants. And there Abram built an altar to the Lord who just appeared to him. From there he moved on to the hill country east of Bethel, where he pitched his tent, with Bethel to the west and Ai to the east. I don't know why there's Ai in here. What the heck? There he built an altar to the Lord and invoked the name of the Lord. Then Abram made his way stage by stage to Negeb. A little drink chat. Abram to Egypt. There was a famine in the country, and Abram went down to Egypt to stay there for a time, because there the famine in the country was severe. When he was about to enter Egypt, he said to his wife Sarai, Look, please, I know you are a beautiful woman. When the Egyptians see you, they will say, that is his wife, and they will kill me, but will let you live. Please tell them you are my sister, so that it may go well with me because of you, and they will spare my life out of regards for you. When Abram lived in Egypt, the Egyptians indeed see that woman was very beautiful. When Pharaoh's officials saw her, they sang her praises to the Pharaoh, and the woman was taken into the Pharaoh's household, and Abram was very well treated because of her, and received flocks of oxen, donkeys, men, and women slaves, she-donkeys and camels. But the Lord inflicted severe plagues on the Pharaoh and households because of Abram's wife Sarai. So the Pharaoh summoned Abram and said, What is that you have done to me? Why did you not tell me she was your wife? Why did you say she is my sister? so that I took her to be my wife. So that I took her to be my wife. Now he is your wife. Take her and go. And Pharaoh gave his people orders about him, and they sent him on his way with his wife and all his possessions. Abraham and Lot separate. Chapter 13. From Egypt, Abraham returned to the Negeb, and his wife and all and all possessed, and Lot with him. Abraham was very rich in livestock, silver and gold. By stages he went out from Negeb to Bethel, where he first pitched his tent between Bethel and Ai, at the place where he had formerly erected the altar. There Abraham invoked the name of the Lord. Lot, who was traveling with Abraham, had flocks and cattle of his own, and tents too. The land could not support both of them together, for they had too many possessions and were able to settle together. To be able to settle together. There was strife between the herdsmen and Abraham's livestock, and those of Lot. The Canaanites and the Perizzites, Perizzites were living in the country at the time. So Abraham said to Lot, please let us... Hold up, chat. I think I know what I need to do. We need to take off this so I don't have any distractions at all except for the things that are outside my door right now. The Canaanites and the Perizzites were living in the country at the time. So Abraham said to Lot, please let us not have discord between myself and you, or between my herdsmen and yours, for we are kinsmen. Is not the whole land open before you? Please move away from me. If you take the left, I will go right. If you take the right, I will go left. Looking around, Lot saw all the Jordan plain, and moved off eastwards. The Jordan plain and moved off eastwards. Thus they parted company. Abraham settled in the land of Canaan, and Lot settled among the cities of the plain, pitching his tents on the outskirts of Sodom. Now the people of Sodom were vicious and great sinners against the Lord. The Lord said to Abraham, after Lot had parted company from him, look all around where you are, to the north and the south, the east and the west, all the land within the sight I am giving to you and your descendants forever. I shall make your descendants like the dust on the ground. If anyone can count the specks of the dust on the ground, they will be able to count your descendants too. On your feet, travel the length of the breadth of the country, for I am giving it to you. So Abraham moved his tent and went to settle at the oak of Mamre at Hemel. And there he built an altar to the Lord. The campaign of 4 kings. When Amphel king of Shinar, Arioch king of Elsar, Chedorlaomer king of Elma, and Tidal king of Goim made war on Bera king of Sodom, Bersha king of Gomorrah, Shinab, king of Adamah. Respect. Love you, bro. Yeah, bro. Yeah, I'm not the best at reading, but we're gonna read this whole bloody Bible. See that. Shemibah, king of Zoim. Dude, these names are ridiculous. Zeboim, and the king of Bela, that is Zor. All these joined forces in the valley of Siddim, now the Dead Sea. For 12 years they had served Shadoloma, Laoma, but in the 13th year they revolted. In the 14th year, Shadoloma arrived with the kings who had allied themselves with him. They defeated Raphim at Ashtaroth Karnaim, the holy Zazim, at Ham, the Emim, in the plain of Karathim, the Horites in the mountain district of Seir near El Paran, which is the edge of the desert. On their return they came to the spring of judgment, that is Kadesh. They conquered all territory of all the Alchemites and also the Amorites who lived in Hazan Tamar. Then the kings of Sodom, Gomorrah, Adamah, Zeboim, and Bela, that is Zor, marched out that engaged them in the valley of Siddim. Shadoloma, king and Elam, Tidal, king of Goim, Afriel, king of Shah, and against Aroch, king and Elasar, 4 kings against 5. Now there were many bitumen wells in the valley of Siddim, and in the fight of kings of Sodom and Gomorrah fell into them, while the rest fled into the hills. The conquerors seized all the possessions of Sodom, and all Gomorrah, and all their provisions, and made off. They also took Lot, the nephew of Abram, and his possessions, and made off. He had been living in Sodom. One who escaped came to tell Abram the Hebrew, who was living at the time at the oaks of the Amorite Mamre, the brother of Eshcol. These were allies of Abram. When Abram heard that the kinsman had been taken captive, he mastered his retainers, born in his household, numbering 318, and gave chase as far as Dan. He and his retainers made a night attack on them, defeated them, and pursued them as far as Hobah, north of Damascus. He recaptured all the goods as well as his kinsman Lot and his possessions, together with the women and people. Mezchelekadek. As Abram was returning from defeating Chesdolama and the kings who had been on his side, the king of Sodom came to meet him in the valley of Shaveh. This is the valley of the king. And Melchizedek, Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought bread and wine. He was a priest of God Most High, and he blessed him, saying, Blessed be Abram by God Most High, creator of heaven and earth, and blessed be God Most High, who has delivered your enemies into your hand. And Abram gave him a tenth of everything. The king of Sodom said, Abram, give me the people and keep the spoils for yourself. But Abram replied, the king of Sodom, I swear by the Lord, God most high, creator of heaven and earth, not a thread, not a sandal strap will I take of your what is yours. For you to be able to say, I made Abram rich, I will take only what the young men have eaten and their share due to the men who came with me. Eshkol, Anah, and Mamia shall take their share. Labara. Alright, chat. Let's oh, we are tired. We are tired. We are tired. We are tired. Alright, chat. That's gonna be the end of this video. I mean, live chat. No terrarium today. It's better to read the Bible, to be honest. Like, I could have squeezed it in, but I was playing Clash Royale, I'm gonna be honest. Now I think I'm just gonna plan what I'm gonna do for the rest of tomorrow, so I stay organized. I'm gonna do a little bit of stuff. Gonna go to the chiropractor. Been trying to get stronger so I don't hurt myself. Tomorrow we'll be reading chapter 15. We're at a couple chapters, so that's good. I'm tired as heck. I'm very tired right now, chat. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day or night. I pray that you guys stay strong. You guys, guys, we gotta stay strong. I pray for strength, guys. I pray that you guys get strength. I pray that you get plenty of challenges, and I pray that you overcome them. And even if you fall, I pray that you get back up. Get back up. Fall 8 times, get up 9. Fall 10 times, get up 11. Keep getting up, bro. Keep repenting. Keep following Jesus. Keep building that relationship with him. And I just pray that you guys build up your curiosity with Jesus so you can learn more about the gospel or the Bible or whatever, or Jesus. And I pray that you just keep going towards your goals. Keep having Jesus in your relationship. And I just pray that that the Holy Spirit warm your soul. And I just pray that he shows you your love, his love. I pray that Jesus and the Holy Spirit warm up your soul right now. I pray that you have enough strength to overcome these challenges. I pray that you keep your guard up so it stops you from sin. Keep that guard up, bro. You got to keep your guard up, otherwise you're gonna get hit. And I just pray that you guys stay strong. We gotta stay strong. I pray that you open up. I pray that you are open-minded towards Jesus if you are not already towards it, because it's like I'm a crazy guy, bro. It's like I'm a crazy guy saying like, bro, like just wake up. You gotta peel the scales off your eyes, dude. Like I'm being dead ass. Every single one of you guys. Jesus is real, bro. Jesus is real. You got a soul. All that good stuff. Jesus is king, bro. I'm telling you that right now. And I pray that you guys start believing in Jesus, and I pray that you notice his love. I pray this for you guys. Guys, I pray that Jesus molds you into the best version, best man and woman possible for yourself, to be a godlike and a godlike man and a godlike woman. So I just pray for you guys. I pray that you have a great rest of your day. Stay focused. Have a bit of fun. Goof around. Do that. Try not to like fall into like the demon's clutches. That's probably not a good idea. And have a great rest of your day or night. I love you guys, and I'll see you later. Ka-chow! I'll go fall asleep right now.